Happy now. All is now. It's a gift to be in the present. First, say signing back in here, putting out my perception into the college of collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of an algin moon, and it is Sunday in the space and location where I'm at, and Horus will be transiting the fourth house in the sky. And it's going to be my continuation on the Venus placement interpretation. I'm going to continue my interpretation on Venus. Okay. So last video I did was Venus in Leo. This will be Venus in Virgo. Okay. So Venus is your planet of love, appreciation, what you love and appreciate in this reality. Your planet of relationships. Okay. So planet of relationships. Right. So for relationship, for people, places, and things. So with Venus in Virgo, right? Here, with Venus placed in Virgo, Venus naturally wants to be in Libra and Taurus, where Venus is familiar with Libra and Taurus, where it can reap fruits and labor. Or Venus placed in Virgo is sort of placed in that working area where relationship, would be something that you have to work on. Okay, so relationship is a work in progress. Okay, so relationship, it could be either friendly or romantic. Okay, so yeah, Venus, again in Virgo, and this is Earth. Okay, so it's just like making sense of love. Okay, with this, making sense of love, trying to make sense of the love you give and receive in your reality, being of service in relationships. Okay, relationships you manifest, you are being of service. Okay, so in any way, shape, and form. Okay, it could be with Venus in Virgo. It is let's say the work or relationships you manifest in your reality, is let's say, a work in progress, and where it's like Venus is sort of not comfortable here, where it's just like, because in relationships, we want to be pleasured in relationships. In relationships, we want to be, satisfied, but here, it could be overthinking about love, receiving too many thoughts and ideas when it comes to love, and relaxing and pleasuring yourself. It could be worrying about love, because this is Mercury. This is a Mercury-Venus combination. Okay, Virgo uses Mercury, right? So it could be communicating, talking about love, talking about, love, right? Talking about the relationships you're in. Potentially, it could be this is a potential conflict placement, okay? Because Virgo is born from that sixth house. Some say it is. I do have a stellium in my sixth house dealing with conflict. So this is a potential, placement where, conflict, can arise with this placement with the Venus in Virgo. Okay, so we use this, and this is a big thing even in this reality when looking at conflict. Okay, conflict is seen as a negative thing. Conflict is seen as something that is something to be resolved, right? And with the necessary astrological energies I have an overstanding when it comes to conflict, so with just looking at this, so with Venus right? In this Venus in Virgo, okay? So it's communicating in relationships, making sense out of relationships for people, places, and things, okay? Adaptable, going back and forth, trying to make sense of your relationships. The relationships I manifest in my reality, is it going to, how is it going to work for me, right? So in a sense, picky with the relationships you will manifest in your reality with a Virgo, the Venus in Virgo. So picky with the relationships, analyzing of your relationships on a romantic and friendly level. More than likely with this placement, it is more of both, you know, as Virgo is learning from Libra, right? So Virgo comes before Libra. So Virgo is learning from Libra. It is learning about balance. With me having a stellium in my 6th house, again, Virgo is born from that 6th house. So Virgo is learning from Libra about balance, to do things, having that balance, right? Having that balance, okay? So having a balance, bringing about balance in your relationships. So with this placement, Virgo, Venus in Virgo, I advise that you look towards Libras, because Libra is ruled by Venus, okay? Libras can be able to give that Venusian energy signature of love and balance, so you can be able to make sense of the relationships you receive, you manifest, to gain this balance in your reality that is necessarily required with this placement. Okay, so yeah, also this air is also dealing with communication outwardly, so in a pleasurable way. So the Venus is this cardinal air, so Libras can be helpful for a Venus in Virgo to be able to bring about that balance, because they do use that Venus light, you know, and it will bring this balance in your relationships. So look to Libras for when it comes to relationships. Okay, so yes, with Venus in Virgo, right? Again, so, but the relationships are to be practical. The relationships are to be of reality, are to be gaining relationships to gain some sort of stability in this reality, manifesting something practical in this reality with the relationships you manifest. Working in your relationships, even if it's a romantic or friendly relationships, you work together to manifest something practical that you both can love and appreciate, and that can last long in this time, in this earthly Saturnian time-based reality we live in, 1111. Okay, so yes, this is Venus in Virgo. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else I got. Again, communication is key with this placement. With Venus and Virgo, communication is key, because it does use Mercury again, okay, and analyzing the thoughts and ideas that they receive. Thoughts and ideas they receive, they do make it practical in a way and communicate it to make sense. You know, if it's not making sense, if the thoughts and ideas they're receiving is not making sense, you know, they won't communicate this, and this will make them unsettled emotionally, because this Virgo energy does deal with perceiving of thoughts and ideas. So yeah, first say signing now. Catch you next now. This has been my interpretation on Venus and Virgo.